Hello there, my name is Simone and I am training to become a menstrual coach. And I decided to create a separate YouTube channel from my personal one, which is where I talk about feminine energy and how to nourish your feminine, and also the menstrual cycle. But I wanted to create a separate channel for the menstrual cycle specifically because I do want to be able to be a resource for you ladies if you are interested in honing in on your cycle and getting into tune with it, learning how to respect and understand your body rather than fight against it. Because sadly, we live in a society that really does not emphasize the importance of women's health and do not teach us about women's health. So that is what this channel is going to be all about. It's going to be about teaching you about your body, the things that we honestly should have learned in school and should have been emphasized in society, because I think a lack on the research on feminine health and also the lack of education in schools just reinforces the idea that our bodies are not as important as they really are, because women's bodies are so much more complex than men's. I mean, we create literal human life. Think about that. We create human life. Do you understand how insane that is? So our bodies spend a good 20 years preparing us for a potential opportunity to create life. Even if you don't want to have kids, that's fine. But it's very important for your overall health as a woman to be at a stance in your life where you can get pregnant if you wanted to have your body so healthy that it is fertile. And I understand there are certain conditions that may prevent that from happening, but I'm talking about if you are just a woman that is looking to reach her best feeling self, conditions or not, you can do that. You can do that because a lot of it, believe it or not, is mental. For me, I always struggled with my cycle and it was never regular. And I didn't know that it was normal to have an irregular period for about 5 to 7 years after your first period, because our periods don't really regulate until we're about like 18, 20. And I was never taught that. And I always thought that there was something wrong with me, something wrong with my body, that I was not woman enough because I didn't have a normal cycle. And I was on the pill for a short amount of time, but I really did not like the effects of it. And I was on it to regulate my period. But really what I just needed to do was learn about my cycle, learn about my body, and be reassured that this is just temporary, that it is inconsistent, and it will regulate itself in the following years to come. And when you think about it, it makes so much sense, because like any developmental process, from going from when you're a baby to when you're a toddler, you need to, it's like a struggle. Like, that's why toddlers are crying all the time. And that's why babies cry, because they are teething. And similarly, when we grow older as women, we are going through so many processes in our body, and when we are not aware of those processes, it can create so much confusion and so much frustration around that just leads to ultimately like self-hate and hate for your body and feeling so betrayed by it, when really it is society that is betraying us women, because they are not teaching us the stuff that we need to know so that we are calm and resilient in the changes that our body experiences. So again, that is why I'm creating this channel, so that you have me as a resource. And eventually, when I'm finished with my coaching certification, I'm going to be taking clients, because I want to help women of any background, like whether you have conditions or whether you want to make the transition off the birth control pill, or however old you are, whether you're in menopause, perimenopause. I want to help all women just learn about their periods and their menstrual cycle and how their body changes throughout their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. because what's really sad to me is that I'm living in a town right now in Arizona, and most of the population is elderly people. So when I go to events, like I was at an art event just a few weeks ago, and there were a lot of elderly women there, and I just loved being in their energy, because elderly women, they don't care about like they have nothing to care about anymore. They just say whatever they want, and I absolutely love it. But the sad thing was, I was telling them about how I'm training to become a menstrual coach, and a lot of them were telling me about how when they were going through perimenopause or menopause, they felt like such a stranger to their bodies, and they did not know what was going on. And I just sat back, and I honestly, I felt so, like my heart shattered for them, because I know what that feels like, to not know what your body is going through, and how stressful and how frustrating, how confusing that is for me. I can only imagine how confusing it is for these women that are now older and that do not have like the same support that I have from my parents. And it really just upset me that it's just the norm. Like, you're just a woman and you're gonna go through these changes, but you're not gonna know how to deal with it on your own. Like, what? No, absolutely not. Because women are fucking amazing. We literally run the world. We run the fucking world. You need to get that in your head. If you don't have that in your head, go to my other YouTube channel. But we are so important. We can literally create life, and we literally are the object of men's desires. I'm not saying that to objectify us, but the object of men's desires in the sense that we bring so much to the table. One, our natural birthright, like being able to create life. And if you are infertile, you can still be amazing. You are still amazing as a woman. Like, do you understand? You just have feminine energy to you. You do not have to be pregnant or be able to become pregnant to be an amazing woman. Just the other day, I'm currently living with my younger niece and nephew. They're 3 years old and 1 year old. And my mom is currently gone right now, and she's been watching over them, but she's gone. And so it's only my stepdad and their father that is home. And all the time in the morning, I hear screaming and crying and frustration and confusion. And then when, I'm not saying this is to my own horn, but like when I come downstairs and I connect with them, the toddler and the baby, gone. Gone. Like, it is evolutionary that we as women have that softness about us, have that reassurance to us that everything is going to be okay, and that sensuality and that playfulness to us that children are naturally drawn to. So it's really just amazing. Like, and the fact that we have that ability to nurture life is something that should be put on a fucking pedestal, because right now it's not at all. And men know this. And some men, actually no, not all men know this, but the men that do know this will treat you with the respect that you deserve, and will treat you as something sacred, because that's what you are. You are sacred. If you are a woman, you are sacred. But the men that don't understand this, that haven't learned about this in school, that don't understand its value, will treat you like shit. So just keep that in mind as well. But this is not about men, this is about us as women, because we are sacred beings, and you need to get that in your head if you want to feel good about yourself and if you want to love your body. So if you would like to know more about your cycle as a woman and your anatomy, physiology, I'm going to do the best that I can to educate you all and to at least create some awareness around this, because we need more educated women on our own bodies. We really do, and on our own feminine power. So I hope you all take care. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon.